Yeah, a little bit about last game with Oral Roberts. Really liked our game plan for that game. I think defensively, we guard them exactly the way we wanted to, and that's you're picking poison a little bit from them as far as how good they are offensively outside of just A. Smith and O'Banner. And then a guy like Weaver really stepped up and made some plays. And, it was a lot of ISOs, and we had a smaller guy on him. But it was a little bit a victim of our matchups and to how to take away A. Smith and O'Banner. And when Phil had the injury, that just didn't help our matchups. But as they showed the next two nights, I just think offensively they're a team that, as good as those two guys are, and they're really, really good, they've got other guys that can make plays. So I thought our game plan was right on. Just offensively, I thought they really played hard defensively, and their length, athleticism, and physicality, which didn't really feel it the first two times we played them. I felt like even in our loss at Oral Roberts, it was more us offensively than it was them. And I just felt like this game, it was a lot more them. They were more physical away from the ball. Any of the ball screen defense they had, it just seemed like their length really bothered us with passes, and we had some turnovers. And early in that game, or early in the second half, points off turnovers was 15-0, and it was 8 to 9 point deficit when that was going on. But loved our effort, loved how we competed, and just kind of what Matt said going from this season. We had 6 new guys in this squad, and 4 of them played a lot of minutes. And, a guy like Tyree, as a true freshman at the point guard, I thought did a fantastic job. He got freshman of the year in our league. But Caleb Nero and Sabian Sims and Mitchell Suker were three transfers that all came in. And just as the season continued and progressed, they just kept getting better. And on both ends of the floor, they kept getting better. They were major contributors. That's 4 guys in our top 7 that were basically major contributors to what we were trying to do. And obviously, Phillip had a second-team all-conference year, and I think he's one of those guys that's right on that cusp of a first-team all-league guy. But really proud of him. And in that game against Oral Roberts, he took 8 stitches going into halftime. Took him off the floor for 8 to 9 minutes for us. But just to come back and play after getting hit like that and then having to get stitches the way he did, just showed a lot of his toughness and how much it means to him to be a part of this team. So, a lot of guys that showed improvement. Bentu as well. We kind of talked about his story throughout the season. So I think there's a lot to be excited about moving forward. But we've got to take advantage of this spring and summer. But no, I'll take any questions from here.
Yeah, Coach, you might have just hinted at the answer to it right there with regards to Bentu Punolum. You guys don't have too many seniors, but I guess one of the questions around the country is kind of who's coming back, who's going to use the extra year of eligibility. Have you had those conversations with Bentu, and do you anticipate him back next season?
We haven't really had much of a chance to sit down and talk about that. So I think when this week's done and spring break's over, we're gonna sit down with everybody one-on-one and go through things. But obviously, he's a guy that really came on, and in a different role than I think we all anticipated. He really. It's like having another point guard on the floor, but really became our secondary handler and more of a 2, and really thrived in that role. So, I think that conversation is definitely something that we're gonna visit with when we all get back from spring break. So, yeah, great question, and I think we're all kind of waiting to see just how those conversations all go as we get back.
Yeah, Coach, can you describe the recruiting parameters right now? Are we still under no travel, or how does that work for you and your staff? Because these are the times, right? Basically, what kind of parameters is UND operating under right now?
Well, the NCAA Division I, all the NCAA Division I, we're still in a dead period that's been pushed back now until the end of May. So that's over a year that we haven't had. I mean, and what does that mean? I could say dead period and expect everybody to know what that means. A dead period means that we cannot leave campus to evaluate, to recruit, to visit with anybody, and we cannot have any student athlete on campus where we set up a visit with them on campus and go through that process. Now, anybody can come and take a look at campus. But it's nothing that we can set up. It's nothing that we can arrange. And it's all basically cost on anybody that wants to come and check out our campus and university, but we cannot have contact with them while they're on our campus. So it's to say the least, it's been difficult. I think some programs are in a position where we're just in a position where this started last year, March, and we've had to do a lot of our work without being able to get on the road with some turnover. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud of the guys that we brought in and what they accomplished this year. But we need to keep learning about young people, whether it's 22s or 23s. Our evaluations are important, so we're spending a lot of time in front of monitors, watching kids and on the phone and those kind of things. So it's difficult, it's challenging. We're all going through it, but maybe every Division I school has this same issue, so we're not alone in it.